What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, April 13th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Domantas Sabonis, Pascal Siakam, CJ McCollum, Terry Rozier, and Dame Lillard on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites, my top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to power forward eligible Marcus Morris. He is 5,400, projected for 27. The goal is 40. He's in the optimal lineup 26% of the time. Now, Morris is going to be playing at least a little bit of extended run and extended usage because of the amount of guys that are out. No Beverly, no Ibaka, no Kawhi Leonard. So 0.88 FanDuel points per minute, 23% usage, 17 points, 5 boards, and, a little bit of sprinkles of everything else. But it is a nice pace up spot for the Clippers. They gained 2.3 possessions over their averages by taking on the Indiana Pacers, and I think that's pretty helpful. Between the price tag and the increased role due to basically 3 starters being out, Morris seems like a perfectly acceptable value. At 5,400, you could use him in balanced builds or in stars and scrubs builds, because even when you're going stars and scrubs, you need something in the middle tier. And I think Marcus Morris for 5,400 at power forward is a perfectly reasonable value play. I don't have anything else to say really about Marcus Morris. I don't like rostering this guy. Unfortunately, you don't get bonus points for sick dunks, but small forward Miles Bridges is my number 4 contender. He's 6,200, projected for 31.5. The goal is 44. He's in the optimal lineup 29% of the time. He's going to be playing big minutes because he's been playing big minutes constantly with Hayward out and Ball out and Monk out. So 36 minutes, 0.88 FanDuel points per minute. A little bit less usage, so 19%. He's still a little bit below average in that respect, but 16 points, 7 boards. You get 2 assists. Maybe a steal, maybe a block. He's just shy of 1 on both. It's a pace neutral spot against the Lakers, but obviously this Lakers team a little bit different when there's no LeBron James and there's no Anthony Davis. Small forward is a very difficult position to fill, generally speaking, so I would like to bet on minutes in this situation. And I don't really expect many small forwards to play more minutes than Miles Bridges today. Next up at number 3, he's been back for 1 game, but welcome back to me, DARIUS BAZLEY, power forward eligible, 5,800. We're just chilling in this mid tier. There's no value to be found today. Projected for 29, the goal is 42. He's in the optimal lineup 30% of the time. BAZLEY, I'm giving him 34 minutes. He basically played more than that in his first game back, but I want to try to be at least a little bit of a realist here. They're taking on Utah. It's a tough spot. 0.86 FanDuel points per minute for this game. Slightly above average usage, 21%. We're talking 15 points, 7.5 boards. Just over 2 assists. Maybe you get a steal, maybe you get a block, but it's a little less likely than it is for Miles Bridges. It's a pace neutral spot, yay, for Oklahoma City. However, they do get a date with the Utah Jazz. At least Utah is on a back-to-back. That is the silver lining in all of this. But really, there's not a lot of legitimately quality NBA talent. And I expect, on the Thunder, that is. And I expect DARIUS BAZLEY to be a rotational player in the NBA for a pretty extended amount of time. That's all I could really go for here. 5,800 for BAZLEY, playing 34 minutes. Again, because of the lack of value on the slate right now, we're trying to buy minutes as cheaply as possible, and BAZLEY is in a pretty efficient way to do that today. Now, the next 2 are absolute no-brainers for me. Point guard eligible Kyle Lowry comes in the 2 spot. He's 7,200, projected for 40. The goal is 47. He's in the optimal lineup 36% of the time. You can see we took a step up in tier. We've got no Fred VanVleet. That it makes for a really big bump for Kyle Lowry. So 35 minutes, 1.14 fantasy points per minute. He's got 26% usage when VanVleet is off the floor, 20 points, 5 boards, 8 assists, a steal. Now, it is a pace down spot slightly against Atlanta, but this Atlanta team is walking wounded. I'm going to try to name everybody that's out here for today. So it's going to be Hunter and Reddish, and I'm already forgetting some of the other people. Gallo going to be out. Tony Snell is out. Who am I missing? There's somebody else that's out too. Oh, John Collins. There it is. No John Collins. This Atlanta team is not the same Atlanta team that exists when they're in full strength. They're basically missing half of their rotation. So while it is a slight pace down spot, there's not a lot going on in Atlanta that's going to slow me down here for taking a dramatically underpriced for the role Kyle Lowry. Now, before we get to that number one contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Subscribing to the channel is a biggie, but you guys know the likes come close to my heart. Then head on over to Twitter and follow me at Josh Engleman. We are dangerously close to 18,000 followers. I think it's like 7 more. Be the guy that makes it to 18. I've got nothing for you other than my sincere thanks if you are that person. And finally, underneath this video, head to the comment section. I need your favorite contender, your least favorite contender, and the contender that you think should be on this list. Now, if anybody gives you anyone else other than Paul George as the best play of the slate, at least for right now, those people are nuts. He's shooting guard eligible, 9K, projected for about 49. The goal is 53. He's in the optimal lineup 46% of the time, massively more than everybody else. We've got no Kawhi Leonard, no Serge Ibaka, no Patrick Beverley. 1.36 FanDuel points per minute over 36 minutes. 35% usage, 29 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 2 stocks, and a pace-up spot against Indiana. And Indiana does not have their best defensive player, their main rim protector in Miles Turner. The Pacers' defense significantly worse when Miles Turner is off the floor and they insert Domantas Sabonis as a makeshift center. Yeah, I said it, makeshift center. This isn't a Domantas Sabonis slander piece. In fact, from the offensive standpoint, he is my number 10 contender. But this is the Paul George show. He is doing everything for this Clippers team with Kawhi Leonard off the floor. There is no better place to spend 9K today than on Paul George. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, April 13th. I'm on the strategy show with Lofty at 10 o'clock. The DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere, but no live before lock for me. So keep your eyes peeled to my Twitter in that 6 to 6:30 window because we got the 7:30 lock. I will have my updates to my sim results. I'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of the Contenders.